Hey guys, Prangle Gaming here. Welcome back to the Mill Career Mode. It's Season 1, Episode 15. And I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas and got everything you wanted. And now in this episode, we're going to get everything we want and we're going to try and win every single game. Easier said than done. So let's get into what's actually happening in this episode. So the first game is, as you can see, a Checkatrade Trophy game away from home to Leyton Orient of League 2. It could be pretty interesting. I'm going to be putting up a very weakened team. I really have faith in some of the younger, youthful and, well, less used players in my squad. So I want to see how they perform. Then moving on into the second one, and we have the FA Cup tie against Rotherham away. I think this could be really tricky, but we have just proved that we can beat teams in the Championship. So it could be a pretty good game if we turn up to that one. And then moving on into the final game of the episode, and it is going to be against Chesterfield at home in the league. I cannot wait for this final game of the episode, because we win it, we could be even closer to that dream of winning the title. Now, I do apologise, one, for not being able to upload a double upload last week, and two, for the fact that this one isn't going to have webcam in it. It just takes far too long to do. And at the time where I'm not feeling as great to have my face in front of a camera, despite obviously doing the analysis videos, then I just really can't have my face in front of a camera for about a whole, let's say it takes about an hour and a half to do 3 matches. So, sorry about that, but I'll do my best and I'll still give you as many videos as I can. We might do a double upload this week. I reckon I can manage that. I'm not so busy this week. So, all we can do now is get into the team selection against Leyton Orient. Right, and this is the team that I'm going to be using. In goal, we've gone with Tom King. The 2 centre-backs are the captain Hutchinson and Malubu. He is back and he's ready for some action. He might get the Rotherham game if he's fantastic in this one. Paul Rooney returns to the left-back position. You know I like Paul Rooney, so it's no real surprise, is it? Let's be honest. Then Cummins will retain his position as the right back. He did score in the last episode, so we could be looking for more of that magic from the right back, who actually did do really well in the derby game against Jolton in real life. The right midfielder is Fred Onyema. Really happy with him in the Jolton game in real life as well, and I do really like him in this game, so I'm going to keep him in here with the option to take him off if I need to. Farrell and Thompson make a very youthful midfield, but I think these two are more than comfortable with playing a League 2 side. Twaddock is the left midfielder. I really do like Twaddock. Obviously, we have Ferguson and Wild who could play on the left mid, and I don't really want to play either of them, so I've gone with Twaddock. I think that the young player here could do really well. I've really liked his performances, and I think this one isn't going to be too challenging for him. 2 strikers are O'Brien and Sunil Chietri. O'Brien's pretty much our best striker now, and Chietri, well, I just want to get him some more game time. So, this is the actual squad. Let's take a look at the bench. Obviously, it's a lower bench than usual because of being a Checkatrade Trophy game. So we've got Wild, Nelson, Phil Barler, Philpott, and Worrell if we need to, with Morrison, Romeo, and a few others not making the bench. But that's enough from who we're actually selecting. Let's get into the game and hopefully see some action in this match. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get into it. Let's get this ball in and hopefully get someone's head on it. We do get someone's head on it. Ain't no Brian. Straight into Sissak's hands there. So annoying. And it says O'Brien's injured there. That could be bad. Rooney. Looks like he's going to lose it, and he has. It's now with Erdoch. Erdoch. Oh, we've won it back here. Ain't no Brian. To Sunil Chietri. Chietri, what on earth was that? He should have scored. And well, he really has himself to blame for not banging that one into the back of the net. Let's have a look at this again. Really, so much of an opportunity, and he still managed to put it over the bar. Disappointing there. Farrell. Kyron Farrell over the top for Aidan O'Brien, and he will get to this. But will he beat the defence? That's my biggest worry. He's still going with the ball. O'Brien, back to Farrell. Farrell banged it, and somehow it's gone off for a goal kick. How about that? We're doing really well. We're just not managing to put it in the back of the net, and Thompson on the slide just didn't do anything there. As it's area finals, there were no other results that are going on at the moment, but this is how we're doing. Not really well at all. I'd say Orient are doing much better with 2 shots on target and 2 shots. 100% shot accuracy is pretty good, and you see ours, we've got 40%. We've got to improve. It's safe to say we haven't had the best of the first halves. But we'll just have to see what happens. We have some actual substitutes that we can use on the bench. I don't know what use that's going to be, I'm going to be honest, but we'll have to see. But this one has been a very difficult game. I think it's because I've played too weak of a team. When I like to go weak with a team, I go completely weak instead of going some experience and then some weak. I just don't balance it enough. That's something that I've got to learn, obviously. Medazigi there, and Sunil Chietri just has to keep going and hopefully find someone. Chietri in there to Fred. Fred with the shot, great save to Thompson. No! They cleared it away just as he went to pull the trigger. That was our best chance, and really we've gone and blown it, and they have an attack with Jordan Bowery that could lead to something, and thankfully Malulu's there to defend. It's to Fran Vilbala. What can Fran Vilbala do? See, he's very comfortable moving with the ball. Vilbala, there's been a space open up for him. Vilbala, what a save by Sizak there. That could be the match-winning save, or should I say, the most important save in the game, because no one's winning at the moment. That's my frustration. Worrell to put it in here. No one's going to win that, and it will fall as far as Twaddock on the edge of the box, though. Chris Twaddock with the shot. Oh, my word. That wasn't a bad shot by the youngster there. Really, really close from such a way out, and, well, I've got to say, that is a pretty impressive shot from practically an impossible place to score. You have my sincere apologies for such a disappointing game. I hate 0-0s. You already know that. Well, I'm going to be honest, that is very, very lackluster and disappointing. I mean, they played better than us. Just let that sink in. The League 2 side played better than us. Yeah, I'm kind of upset about that. I think you can tell slightly. Now, there's a mix of emotions because there is a second leg, so I'm not too disappointed that it hasn't gone in the way we need it to. It's a lesson learned to take into the second leg. Obviously, the second leg will be in the next episode, so all we can do is just move on and try and forget this one and get some cup success against maybe Rotherham, if we can. I don't know whether we'll be able to, but we'll just have to see. The worst thing we can do is try, let's be honest. So, let's get into that team selection. Right, before we get into that team selection against Rotherham in the FA Cup, I have just received a transfer offer for transfer listed Steve Morison. Now, I'm kind of on the fence whether I want to sell him or not. I'm going to be honest, he's still a big part of Millwall, but if they can match his transfer value at the moment, then I'll go ahead and I'll sell him. But I don't want to sell him for anything less, even though that probably is the highest money I'm going to get for him in this entire transfer window. So I'm playing a bit of Russian roulette here, to be honest, because if they go for it, then he can go, but it could be just a hit and miss and they won't want to sign him in the end and he'll stay with us. So we just have to see how this one progresses. We have got the transfer window getting closer and closer now. So let's go see that team selection against Rotherham. Right, so it has unfortunately gone ahead and happened. Steve Morison is joining Wigan for that price that I said. I didn't know whether they would do it, so unfortunately it's going to have to go that way. I think on last FIFA he actually ended up going Wigan, so this is a reoccurring theme for some reason, but he is a valuable player, so he might get this last game against Rotherham and then leave after that. And I believe we have a transfer offer. Who's it for? Gregory. Well, I'll tend to that one, then we can get into this team selection. Right, and this is the team I'm going to be going with to face off against Rotherham in the FA Cup. Archer in goal. The centre-backs of Nelson and Hutchinson just due to fitness. The left-back is Saborit. The right-back is Romeo, and I think we have Cummins on the bench there. Look at that, he was absolutely tired. The same is with O'Brien. That's why both of them have been taken out of the team. The right midfielder is Evans. That's a big risk, but again, fitness means that he has to go there. Two centre midfielders are Williams and Abdu. Left midfielder is Ferguson, and two strikers are Gregory and maybe the very quickly departing Steve Morison. I don't know how quickly he's going to leave, but I know that he's definitely leaving. So this is probably his final game, I'm going to be honest. He might get the one against Chesterfield, but I'm going to expect that to be very, very unlikely. And then we're on the bench. We've got Wild Worrell, Craig Cummins, Phil Barler, O'Brien and Phil Potts. So this isn't a bad team. I'm hoping that we can get some good performances going against Rotherham and win the game. Well, not like what we did against Leyton Orient, but, well, let's hope we can beat Rotherham. Oh, that was a pretty quick move already, and I'm already struggling It's Danny Ward who finds his way through. Already they almost scored. That was a very good, quick, fast, fluid move. And that could be what's to come. I'm going to be honest, they were very good there. To Abdu. Abdu back to Ferguson. Shane Ferguson is blocked, but he'll win the header. We're still going with the ball. It's now with Lee Gregory on the turn. Gregory with the shot. Great save by, I would assume, to be Lee Camp. Poor game. It's a ball over the top for Lee Gregory. This could be something if he can get in behind. Lee Gregory still going. What can the striker do? He plays it to Evans, who has the shot. Oh my word, for a second there I thought Evans had scored, but it has gone for a corner. Header. We can. It's now with Steve Morrison. Morrison tries to thread it through for Lee Gregory, and Gregory could get there. Lee Gregory has the shot. Great save by Lee Camp. That could really keep him in this tie. It's now with Enric Saborit. Oh, and he actually found Ferguson, who's going to find Lee Gregory. Gregory twisting, turning. Gregory with the shot. Oh, and another great save by Camp. He is pulling them out in this game. Could we win the ball back? We have here with Evans. He's now going to thread it through to Morrison. Morrison to find Gregory. Gregory to have the shot. Hits the post. Gregory, there we go. We've scored. It's 1-0 to Millwall. And I've got to say, I believe we've deserved it in this game. We have been fantastic. And it is a stroke of luck that has seen it happen in the way it's happened. I'm going to be honest. But Morrison played it through to Gregory. And a great save there and hitting the crossbar. But it somehow bounced back to Gregory, who is going to finish that to get the goal that puts us in the lead in this FA Cup tie. And look at the lads all celebrating there. It means a lot to them. I mean, the FA Cup means a lot to me as well, I'm going to be honest. And that's Gregory's second in the FA Cup. He's not doing too bad so far, is he? Scores on the doors at half-time. Villa are drawing 1-1 with Middlesbrough. Manchester United are drawing 0-0 with Bournemouth. Chelsea are drawing 0-0 with Swansea. But for a game that someone is winning, Southampton are actually beating Grimsby Town. Everton are actually beating Notts County. And well, the side that Morrison's going to, Wigan, haven't actually kicked off against Hull City yet. So let's have a look at how we're doing in this match so far. To be honest, it's as I thought. Look at those. 11 shots, 7 on target. Lee Camp has been outstanding, pulling out loads and loads of saves to stop us from being further ahead. And I mean, Rotherham, they did start off really well, but they sort of fizzled out of gas really quickly. So if we can get another goal, I think we can put this game to bed. I'm going to be honest, they have struggled at points, but so have we. I'm going to be honest, we should have scored a lot more goals than what we've actually got. So let's have a look at how we perform in the second half. Oh, and that's a fantastic ball to Danny Ward, who could put himself through. Saved by Archer there, and that could go off for a corner. Evans. Jonathan Evans through to Steve Morrison. Could he score? Yes, he can. Steve Morrison with the second of the game. This could be his last goal for Millwall. I haven't had the best scoring record with Morrison, but it'd definitely be a memorable way to leave Millwall for the second time. Obviously, as he left before. And that's quite bad, the fact that we have to say that. I really do feel really bad selling him more and more, especially if he's gone and scored. But a goal is a goal. He's helped us to another round in the FA Cup. So you can thank him for his services and hope he does just as well with Wigan. We might even see Wigan next season. So it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out. But that's his first goal in the FA Cup, and it could mean a lot for us and a lot for him as well. Wigan will be very happy that they've bought him. Romeo to try and win the header? No, it doesn't go that way. And well, now Will Vaux could be through. Oh, that's a great pass to Danny Ward. He scored. It's 2-1. They could get back into equalising this game. Very frustrating. They got him behind. That defence just wasn't good enough. I'm going to be honest, I really like Danny Ward. And that was a pretty sweet strike by him there. And he could actually get an important goal that could mean something really big for Rotherham. They have about 8 minutes left to score another goal which could equalise this game and really make me angry. Yeah, 7 minutes, not too bad. And well, I'm really struggling to think that's his first in the FA Cup. He should have scored a lot more than that. Well, we held on in the end in a game where we played much better than the opposition. I'm going to be honest, I really sincerely feel that way. 2-1 is a pretty good scoreline. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very, very happy with the result. And well, it's a shame that this is probably Morrison's last game, I'm going to be honest, because Morrison is a great Millwall player, but he did leave, or at least what it's going to seem to be in his final game, leave with scoring a goal. So you could be very happy with the fact he's done that. He's going to Wigan. I hope he succeeds. We've done well. He's done our services with Millwall for this season. So let's get into the team selection against the game against Chesterfield, which is going to be a very important one considering where they are in the league table at the moment. Let's get into that one. And after selling Steve Morrison, we can actually afford to try and go in for Thierry Ambrose. He's a very quick player. Yes, he has a lot on the wages, I'm not going to lie. 30,000 and a half a week is a lot of money. But this guy is fantastic. I'm telling you now, he has an 81 rated potential. And this guy could mean the difference between getting into the championship and winning the championship itself. It really is that big of a deal, and I really need to replace Morrison now that he's gone. And I don't want to just say, oh yeah, I got Chietri in earlier on in the season. Chietri's not the best of strikers. He gets your goals, but obviously he's the same as Morrison. We want someone younger with a better, fresher outlook on the team. And so I'm going to see if I can submit this in. We are into the transfer window now, so anything could happen. Right, so Manchester City have gone ahead and said the deal is up to you now. If you want to sign him, you can. So Thierry Ambrose is joining Millwall. I'm thanking you so much for suggesting this guy. He looks really good, and I hope the person that suggested this really appreciates me picking him over Harry Winks to sign. The only reason I do this is because Morrison left. I like to replace the players in the positions that go out. So I think this is the perfect opportunity. A quick young player that could definitely help me out. 19 years of age. That's a pretty decent age, especially to be a 68 rated individual. This could be an interesting signing. Okay, so there's an offer that's come in for Tony Craig, and it's more than the money that's actually there for him. That's actually pretty acceptable. I mean, 31 years of age. You know my standing on players over a certain age. I like Tony Craig. I think he's a valuable player, but the problem is that there's so many players that's already at his rating or pretty close to it. I mean, if we look at it, we've got Hutchinson, who's the captain. I made Hutchinson the captain because he's the strongest player we've got there. We've then got Webster and Nelson, and then we've got a few other younger players that kind of are growing pretty nicely. So I don't like to have Craig not being used. I mean, a player of his experience deserves to get football, and I don't want to loan out players that are over a certain age. So it does mean I'm going to have to, unfortunately, like Morrison, sell him on, but it doesn't mean I'm going to go get another centre-back because I like Mabulu, and I think that there's a lot of potential there with him. Right, before I quickly get into this game, I just want to say I am frustrated, really frustrated, because you guys won't actually get to see this, but I have literally just finished playing this game. I lost 2-1. I wasn't particularly happy that I'd lost the game, to be honest, but, you know, I was winning the game and threw it away, so that's my own fault. But then I go to press the end of the recording, and well, I hadn't even started it. 29 minutes of me not even starting it. So if you don't know, I actually record the, what do you call it, the lineups before I do the actual games, because I am prone to do stupid things like this. So that's just annoying. But the fact is, I don't even want to play this game again. I lost it. Why should I have to play it again? But obviously, we'll have to see how it goes. I'm really annoyed that I have to play it again. And, well, really, I should change some of the players in the team after figuring out how they're played. But I'm not going to. I'm going to keep the team the same, and we'll see how it goes. And this is where both sides are in the league table. This game means so much for both sides. What a no, that's not a tackle. That's not a very good tackle. That's a karate chop. Is the referee going to book him? Yeah, I was going to say. That's poor. Poor boy Sid Nelson there. Really bad. Terrible. Took the man completely. Let's win this header. We just about do, but what was that for a touch in the end? And well, Nelson, be careful. My God, it's going to take him 10 minutes. He's going to get sent off. It's now with Ambrose. Ambrose to Jamie Philpott if he can get there. Jamie Philpott, he's going to have the shot. He's going to score. What on earth is actually happening here, shall I say? My word, Jamie Philpott scored. He said he wanted to take over Steve Morrison's slot in the team. And you know what? Perhaps he might do it. I mean, I'm joking there. Everything aside, we have O'Brien, we have Ambrose, and we have Gregory now. So, 3 big-name strikers, and Philpott's gone ahead and done that. Okay, then. This could be slightly difficult for a team selection, but you never know. You just never know what could happen, what's around the corner. I am potentially thinking of training Philpott to the level of a very decent striker at the club. So, maybe that's just earned him that opportunity. Now with Williams. Williams to Thierry Ambrose. This is where his pace could come into play. Thierry Ambrose. He's going to stop. Turn. Ambrose! What on earth was that from the Manchester City youngster? Jay O'Shea is going to knock it over the top. Can we win the header? We almost put it into our own net. Scores on the doors at half-time. Swindon are drawing with Charlton. MK Dons are beating Bury. And there is a lead for Fleetwood Town against Southend United. So how have we been doing in this match so far? To be honest, this was the way it was going in the first half for the game against Chesterfield that I didn't remember to record. I'm going to be honest, it's annoying. It really is sitting here, and to be honest, it could still go the same way. I could still lose yet again. And to be honest, I would expect to, because we haven't been fantastic. Then again, we haven't been bad. So we'll have to see how the second half goes. I'm hoping that we can hold on to this, as it would be nice to win this game. But obviously, if we lose, that was the result in the last time anyway, so it wouldn't matter. That is a poor attempt, and they're still going through. What a save by Archer. I mean, there's going to be someone in the referee's book here, and I believe it's Williams. But seriously, we're not defending very well. Right, I'm going to be making 2 substitutions here. So the newly yellow-carded Williams is coming off, and also so is Jamie Philpott. Butcher and O'Brien are coming on for both of those. I already made the substitution getting Nelson off the pitch for Tony Craig, because Nelson, let's be honest, he was going to get sent off if I show you half as many clips of him tackling as what he was actually doing. We won it thanks to that Jamie Philpott goal, and to be honest, that was really the only big thing in this game. I feel really bad though, because I lost the game when I actually played them, and well, I've gone ahead and I've won it this time round. It's really bad, obviously. I've got to remember to press that record button. Don't worry, I'll be trying to remember that again. That's annoying. It's so frustrating, because I want to do less and less editing during this Christmas and festive period. And obviously I record this on the Friday, so I want to have this all done and dusted before Christmas comes along. So you guys will hopefully understand that I am not doing this on purpose. I'm really frustrated. And well, Ambrose played a fantastic game. Shame he didn't score though. He actually had a pretty good game, to be fair. I was really impressed with him, and the same with Philpott, to be fair. He wasn't that bad either. The only thing I could say that we can go do now is if we have a look at that league table. Obviously, it would have been different had we lost the game. Right, so we now go 3 points off of Charlton and 2 above Chesterfield. I'm not happy, to be honest, that this has happened, because I don't feel like I deserve it for the fact that I lost 2-1. I really don't think I deserve it, but sometimes these things happen. I guess I have to take it with a pinch of salt, that it's just the way it happens sometimes. And well, if it happens again, then I will be very angry with myself, because I can't live with the fact that I've had to sit here, I've had to play the game, I've had to record, and I've sat there, I've saw my side fall apart, and in that game it didn't happen. So it's annoying, because it sugarcoats the things that are happening. If you have a bad thing in a team, then you want to see the bad thing so you can replace it and sort it out. But if you go ahead and win the next time, then it's not really helping it. It's just putting something, or putting the sheet over your eyes, should I say. That'd probably work. And well, we're doing well, I'm not going to lie. I'm happy that we're in the position we're in, but then again, it wouldn't have been much different had we lost it. And at least we're not the sides at the bottom. AFC Wimbledon still struggling at the moment. Peterborough, Rochdale and Port Vale are in there. Port Vale are battling with Walsall and Shrewsbury at the moment in the relegation battle, should I say. And well, it's a pretty interesting one there, but I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. And well, I will hopefully be seeing you guys in the next episode, which I'm hoping to be a double upload. But again, I don't know quite whether I can do it. I reckon I can, but you never know. So, until the next video, that is a Millwall Career Mode. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys whenever that is. Goodbye.